I think they have been a very turbulent time, a time of rupture, a time of a certain loss of fundamental mutual respect and trust, a time of deep anxiety, of the successive abandonment of things that matter to Europeans, the Paris Climate Accord, the Iran nuclear deal, effective multilateralism and trade through the World Trade Organization, respect for the work of the World Health Organization. All of these things were part of Trump's turbulence. And so I think people are breathing a sigh of relief across European capitals and chancelleries and looking forward to lowering the temperature and trying to bring things back to some sense of normality, but not necessarily supposing it will return to how business used to be before.
Does a new president, a new administration in the White House really mean so much change? Are personalities so important? Don't the functions of the EU and the US come to that? Don't they almost continue regardless of who's in the White House or in Brussels?
Well, I think we've just seen, particularly the end game of the Trump presidency, that personalities and perspective matter powerfully in terms of sustaining or undermining institutions. Jean Monnet, who was one of the great inspirers of post-war European integration, made the remark that people matter in terms of the individual impact, but that institutions matter for continuity. And so the chemistry of democratic consent and engagement requires both. And the personalities, in particular, the policies, matter. What we expect with Biden is a return to something more normal, not necessarily on every front in every policy, a return to the Obama years, but a return to mutual respect, a return to the dignity of listening to others, a return to trying to build alliances.
Were there not any good parts of the Trump years? I mean, surely Trump supporters will say it was rather good for the EU to have a bit of a poke and try and put its house in order.
Well, I doubt there are many people, apart perhaps from those who've led the Brexit campaign in Britain, who greatly appreciated an American president who lost no opportunity to praise Brexit and, by implication, the disintegration of the European Union. There were none in the European Union who appreciated being called by an American president and a fundamental European ally as a foe and not as a friend. There was always the nettling contingencies threatened or real to do with trade wars. And all of these fragilities, I think, upset a relationship. I think one of the legacies, particularly for the Biden administration, will be a wariness about the nature of the engagement with China and some level of restraint on entering new trade deals on the grounds that the legacy effect of Trump has indicated there's a clear political market in the United States to resist the further reaches of globalization and open trade.